Hello, ladies and gentlemen. With special electric coverage, Christy Sanchez for CNT News here with Becks Lawson, the owner of the Split Size Comedy Club. How you doing, Miss Lawson?
Hi, I'm doing great today. Thanks so much.
No problem. How you open up this club?
So I fell in love with the split sides as soon as I saw the venue, and it sort of reflects a lot of my attitude towards town. I love places where people can come together, put on a show. I love stand-up comedy, but unfortunately, the previous venue had this glaring red light, and no one could stand it. So happily, I was able to pay rent, get the city to put this lovely new interior in, and now there's a business everyone can enjoy. I'm
What do you
glad
want
you
to
asked.
achieve with the Split Size, Miss Lawson?
I'm glad you asked that because I have three main goals. The first is I want to empower and bolster the civilian sector. I'm a civilian. I run a business. I work with people who run businesses or freelancers, people who aren't cops, aren't criminals, and aren't interested in the constant sideshow of crime in the city. I've been snatched off Hollick Avenue and taken hostage or had a gun stolen from me or pointed at me. And I think civilians have a lot of economic power in the city. They have a lot of important roles to play, and I think it's important they're protected. I want to bolster the power of your average citizen. Second, I want to build a Vinewood. We have some incredible media companies already, like CNT or Meryl Ford's Blood Night Bouts, but I would love to see a government that is able to support arts and nonprofit programs and help build this beautiful tourism industry based around events like Kraken's Cove, which I was executive producer and host on, where we gave away $100,000. We had a custom set at the Vinewood Bowl. It was a really important day, and I think it was just the start of what's possible. And third, I want transparency in communications. Sorry. So with me, you will have a state rep who is always in the city, who is available, who is there to listen to you, and who has an open door policy. I've worked with people in the city from event planning to catering to attending their special events. I know a lot of you and I know your struggles, and I want to be there for you. I want to serve you in my role as state rep, and any way I can show the results of that is something I'm in favor for.
That sounds amazing. This doesn't just sound like a side project. This sounds like a real passion.
Absolutely. A lot of people don't know this, but I started on the social media platform TikTok, and I made money and I gained followers. And I realized at a certain point, what was the money in the bank account doing? What was the wealth doing? And I realized if I wanted to have the dream life I wanted in Los Santos, if I wanted to chase that, I had to pay people. I had to find people who were passionate and able to work on these projects. I had to pay them, and I regularly pay people double the asking rate because I'm passionate about making sure they are recognized and rewarded for their talent and their hard work. I think together we can build this incredible Los Santos. Sometimes you just need a bit of a project manager at the helm, and that's something I think I can do.
You sound very experienced when it comes to, bossing people around. I'm kidding. Delegating. Very well.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I've done on Clout Magazine. It's something I've done on Kraken's Cove. I'm a producer. I'm a little bit of a boss, a girl boss, and that's something I'm proud of.
Sometimes you need a strong female boss.
Hey, yeah, and it would be nice to have one lady up there representing the state, I think.
Very true, very true. Talking on Cloud Magazine, how did you come across Cloud Magazine?
When I first moved to Los Santos, I realized there was not much of a space for actors, influencers, models. I wanted to create something where that standard Los Santos dream of moving to the big city and being discovered was possible. I wanted to create avenues for that sort of business and that sort of creative endeavor. And I realized that at the time in the city, there wasn't infrastructure for that. So I think that's sort of where I realized my strength at coming in, seeing the problems in a place or in a process, and really working to improve it through building bridges and collaborating.
Sound very determined. That is amazing.
Thank you.
I I don't know what to say. This is just it feels like you're making a safe haven for the arts and the free, civilians of the city that, don't do crime and don't get caught by the police and all that kind of stuff. Sounds like you're kind of making a nice safe haven for them.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not going to say anything about our police force who work incredibly hard because I don't know what
Very
they
true.
go through. And I'm going to be honest, there are tons of reasons that go into people becoming criminals. As state rep, I think the best thing I can do is address those concerns at the root and make it more satisfying to run your own business, start a community garden, or start a local library. I mean, how fun would that be if we had rewards and incentives and reasons to do projects like that in the city?
Little things to build up to a big thing.
Exactly.
It's all about small steps, folks. Small steps to get to the bigger picture. So, what are some of your running points as a state representative? If you don't mind me asking, Miss Lawson.
The points I'm running on?
Yeah,
Well, earlier I discussed the three-step plan, which
yeah.
is bolster civilians, empower Vinewood, and transparency and communications. If you're asking for a more immediate action plan, what I
Yeah.
would want to do is I would bluntly listen. I think there are a lot of people in the city who aren't talking to each other, and I think that there's a lot of confusion or wasted time and effort because of that. Furthermore, I want to listen to people who are frustrated with the current government. I think a lot of people are saying the government as it is does not work. And I think that is why they're responding with more state reps. And I think it's important to have someone there who actively has office hours and is there to listen. If you have a question, even if I don't have an answer, I want there to be help you come up with a plan. And those are
Wow.
some, when it comes to bigger steps of legislation, obviously I'm going to want to determine each step carefully. But for an action plan, once I'm in based on those core values, I just want to be there, be present, and be vocal about my next steps. You know, like an evolving action plan where I see what the biggest problems are from you, from the city, and then work to solve them.
Sounds like we have some strong soldiers in Miss Lawson here. Miss Lawson, I appreciate your time. This is Chrissy
Absolutely.
Sanchez with CNT News signing out.
All right, we're good.
Miss
Thank
Lawson,
you.
that was
So sorry
amazing.
about those